I'm so fucked, dude. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm gonna alt F4.
There are way too many infected in this game. In this game.
Do you see the big guy that's
Yeah.
chasing us too?
Yes.
If I'm being honest and candid, I am not enjoying this expansion.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're not either.
I thought everything I read was that this was better than the base game, and it's not yet.
I'm having limited amounts of fun with this one.
It's just like there's this weird mechanic where the fast infected just keeps respawning. There is literally no end to them.
It's not just that, like, they encourage you to drive the car because the map's so big, but yet everything is just a ball ache when you get into the car. Like, everything. The zombies are a ball ache. Like, the trees are a pain in the ass. The terrain's a pain in the ass. Like, the fences. Even when you get onto a road, you end up having to dodge cars all the time and shit because there's debris everywhere. Like, you just murdered yourself. And then they killed, like, the parkour. Like I said last time we played, like, the parkour was my favorite part of the game. And they, like, killed it.
I mean, I kind of have. I can't think of like DLCs that expand on a base story game or whatever that I have liked to the point where I'm like, yeah, it's totally worth the extra whatever. I don't know if I've ever had or played a DLC that I could say that for.
Oh. See what I'm saying, Max? Look how many fucking people are here.
Yeah, we're totally surrounded.
It's like 15.
Oh, I'm gonna die here too.
Yeah,
no.
I'm very stubborn.
2.
I like to finish shit, but I almost kind of like don't care about this anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page there. To rebuke that, Tiki, Tiny Tina's, what is it, Castle or something for Borderlands 2 was a really good DLC.
Yeah, there are good DLC. It's just, I know I'm gonna sound like a fucking nerd right now. The Witcher, but that had some fabulous DLC. But yeah, I don't know if I would classify this as that. I agree with you to an extent, Max. Like, yeah, parkour was one of the core features, and now it's like, nah.
Like even this mountain, right? Like, oh yeah, we should be able to climb up it. Nope, you're gonna grapple onto it and then fall to your death.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to jump off right here. There's a car on fire, I guess.
Fair point. I didn't even recognize the whole no jumping off thing.
I don't know. I think the thing that really annoys me right now is the endless spawning.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Like, I felt like we could clear zones, like areas before on the other map. Like, yeah, it doesn't feel like you ever clear an area. Yeah, I'm saying from across the room, the longer you stay in an area, the more things spawn, actually.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel right. I mean, they're definitely pushing an agenda for how you should play the game in the new one. It feels so radically different from the base game that, oh geez, I don't know. Like it feels like it took away like 2 of the 4 or 5 things that made Dying Light great in the first place. And I have no interest in like the story for the story's sake. Like, none of those people seem interesting.
Yeah, the whole cult thing, especially, like we've done it so many times in so many other games, right? Like, I mean, you guys played Far Cry. It's basically the same thing, right? Like, there's a cult doing culty things. Like, we're trying to work with them, and it's going to probably end up like we're going against them by the end.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there are good DLCs out there, but I I haven't ran into like many of them. The only thing that I think DLC is good for is like an expansion pack when you're like, it's basically a standalone game that comes off at the end of it, right? Where it includes things from the base game but entirely expands it. So like, you know, World of Warcraft expansions, like MMO expansions, and card game expansions.
I mean, I call this an expansion, though, right? Like, this is an expansion.
Yeah. For sure, you fix your character.
I'm not sure if I'd count it as an expansion in the way that I'm, I guess, envisioning it, because you're not doing Haran, right? It's not like it's a separate section of Haran that you can go back
I
to
said to
Haran.
refuel, Max.
Right, like you can't go back to Haran in this. It's just.
I mean, we technically probably could if we went back to that area.
I don't know. We can't. Like the place where we came from was on top of a mountain. We jumped all the way down the mountain into the water. We can't go back.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I mean, it doesn't feel like an expansion to me. It feels. I mean, not I guess the way I'm sort of imagining what an expansion is and feels like. It's a DLC. It's a separate. Like, oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna tack this on, and we did stuff. So here, pay for it. I mean, obviously we didn't pay for it. We bought the special thing, but I haven't really seen DLCs in it. Like the other things that I would say that counts for are like 4X games. So like Civilization and Europa Universalis, like the big grand strategy games. DLC seems like it would work well in there, but I don't know. If you're gonna add more stuff to the game, I feel like you should just either make it free or I don't know, don't do something so drastically different. Sometimes different is good, but I don't feel like
you need to go, Clancy. You need to go. You don't see the horror that I see behind us, but you need to go.
I'm going. Oh. What?
Oh no.
Wow, seriously. I clipped one little rock and it's like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, there's inconsistencies with which parts of the environment are like destructible or drivable. Like you saw how I got my car stuck. Like I started driving over that hill, and then I just said, no,
Bless
you can't drive any further.
Bless your Zay.
Exploding over here.
Yeah, the thing is, I know that the car is your progression system in this, but even the car doesn't feel that great. Like
it doesn't.
I mean, do we think that it's going to feel better later? Right?
Probably.
Are we going to get like armor plating with?
We do get armor plating and stuff. It's true. There is stuff like here. Let me look at the actual skills.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know if I have the ambition to like go through that process of leveling up all that crap. Because the driving is not fun to me. I don't know if it's fun to you guys, but I'm not. I've had no enjoyment in the driving thus far.
Max, we're here.
It's fine. I think I already named all my.
Max, we're here.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! My main complaints, right? Like stuff just it just doesn't necessarily like the map doesn't made for making the cars fun. The car itself, its mechanics, it drives plenty fine. Like the drifting works. Once you get nitro, it's fine. I'm looking at the skills right now, and there is ramming bar that you get. There is reinforced caging to make it stronger. Like there is a mine dispenser that you'll be able to get. UV headlights, better suspension. Like that's like there's stuff. You can put a car alarm on it, so you can trigger it to make noise, and it will pull affected to your vehicle. But I don't necessarily like that. Doesn't make sense to me, right? Flamethrower, yeah, that makes sense to me. But we should have started out with a fucking flamethrower. if they're gonna make all the zombies do what they're doing.
Yeah, it maybe it just needs to be faster. I think if it was just faster, I would like and handled a little better. But yeah, we replaced parkour more or less with a kind of shitty little car and an infinite spawning countryside of infected, which is that's what pisses me off the most, and that's not going to get better. That'll become more manageable as our cars get better, but yeah.
But like any time that we sit out and like screw around like we were just doing, we're gonna get overran. That's just the way it is. Like there's no fixing that.
Yeah.
We already have really good guns, and it's making fools of us still. Anyway.
Anyways.
Install Borderlands.
I think so,
3.
right? Is that the plan? Is Borderlands the plan?
Z said sure.
Lol, I love that we're all on the same page. We're like, our periods are synced. I guess this will be our little would you not keep playing.
Dying Light Z's not very involved.
That's true. Z, do you want to add anything?
I'm holding my button. Go ahead.
I mean, the one. Okay. If you go back and rewatch our Would You Rebuy for the base game, the thing that like all of us kept coming back to is the gameplay was spectacular. So if you remove the thing that was spectacular and you make it aggravating and frustrating, what do you have? You have the other things that we were gripey about, and all of a sudden this big thing that's frustrating. Like it's just not enjoyable to play. The story might be good. I'm kind of interested in what the like non-infected people are doing, but do I want to keep trying to find my way around this terrain to do that? Not really.
Yeah. We're going to be the outliers, I think. Yeah, because again, everything I've read is that, oh, Dying Light base game, it's okay. The following's where it's at. And like I feel the opposite now. And I'm wondering if there's any burnout aspect to it, but I don't think so. It's just, yeah, we're doing less of what was fun and more of what is not fun, and the buggy is just, maybe we're just not being patient enough, but the buggy is not fun enough to replace the less parkour that we're doing.
Right, like, yeah. Like, maybe it just didn't age well or something, because this is, what, 2015, the game?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like, maybe the rest of the stuff just didn't age well or whatever, but the parkour is really what kept it being fun. I don't know. Like, that's just an assumption on my part, but... yeah.
Shit, would you not keep playing? Yes, we would all not keep replaying. Sad. Sad that we're here.
Sad.
I don't want to be here, but that's where I am. There's a lot of games out there. There's a lot of shit to do. Can't fucking waste my time by making an infinite amount of respawning infected in the fucking middle of a countryside in Eastern Europe.
With a tiki that wants to hang out in a cave instead of drive his buggy.
I'm just like on top of this building looking at this kid in their bed. That's kind of creepy. This is literally how nightmares are formed. And I'm dressed like a ninja.
You're dressed like a ninja. Batman was born.
Ah, shit. Alright, well, let's wrap this fucking show up.
It's a show.
A show.
Take it slow.